Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start us off. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he's stopped at the 14. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more.
He's looking deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, we knew this offense wanted to be aggressive in this game plan, and they're doing it right away in the first series, taking a shot down the field. They got the look they wanted, and what a great throw by the...
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
Looking to the big tight end. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Taking it the other way. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick-6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick-6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in the rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting it.
And he's got it inside the 25. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Stout. He gets a block. Strikes the blow. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got a man, it's Stout. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. On the run, it's Russell. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. Fast motion from the offense. This is a design run. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Would have been a long field goal, 54 yards from here, so instead they'll try to move the chains. It's fourth and short. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the right. Got it past the marker. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Shakes off the tackle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. He'll take a shot, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Arkansas! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, move the ball.
Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Tigers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. South Alabama took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Mobile. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading.
Hit the afterburners, kid. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance, and when they get that balance, they get that offense cooking, they get everybody pretty excited. You might even get a woo pig swing.
They'll throw it on first down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
8 yards on the play. Brings up second down.
Quarterback checking off.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied 14-14.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. He's going up top. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide out in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. He'll take another shot here. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Looking to throw, it's Collins. He finds his man. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Listen, QBs and wide receivers got to be on the same page, and then you got to know when to throw that curl route. It's got to be on time, right when the wide receiver breaks, the DB can't catch up. Nice job, QB and wide receiver, being on the same page, getting some positive yards.
Still running at the 40. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And this guy continues to pour on the stats. That's why he's in the Heisman picture, right? Had over 100 receiving yards last week. He's off to a great start today. Defenses just can't figure this guy out.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on first down. Buys a little time. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And it's caught inside the 30. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. There have been many days for the Razorbacks where big plays from the quarterback came by running like Matt Jones, but that was a beautiful throw.
Man, I played against Matt Jones. Played in the SEC Championship game my sophomore year. We beat him 30-3, by the way. Just side note, but just dynamic player. But you're right. Always ground team, ground and pound. But I got that ability to keep some balance. These teams can open up, and Arkansas can have great seasons.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
The Razorbacks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arkansas! They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Throwing right. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point he was able to come away with the pick.
He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the defense came into this game ready for the quarterback option, and everyone played their assignment. They forced the quarterback to keep it. They rallied to him, made a tackle. Nice job early in this game playing good assignment football.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Steps away to find some room. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. That's the way you get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Looking for space. It's Russell. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running back.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy. A 42-yarder from the left hash. Absolute shank. Missed it. Missed the field goal. Missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Getting late here. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Back to throw, it's Collins. Got the quick pass. At the 35, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Running back searching for a hole. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Looking to pass on 2nd down. It's caught. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's looking to throw it. He looks that one in nicely. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And they find him early, and I love it because last week they found him often. He had over 100 yards, and they found him throughout this season. This offense is built on his playmaking ability. This dude is unbelievable. He's unguardable, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy conversation. That's why he's going to be featured today and hopefully in these later moments in the season when you go win a Heisman.
To the air on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Can't make the grab as he was looking. Right at the goal line. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40.
Get set.
Going up top on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Finds his tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Wants to throw on second down. Getting some heat. Working the middle. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to go up top. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. One more snap coming before halftime. The give to the tailback. Powers through the defender. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
35, Clemson, 21.
They're really spinning that wheel of fortune here. 2-possession game, going for the onside kick here in the third. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside. Even though we're winning and we failed, now this defense better step up and respond.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive...
He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Arkansas! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah State is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Logan for some time. They're up by 17 over Coastal Carolina. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the Tigers get enough to move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Collins. Pocket starts to collapse. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do...
Fires deep toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This quarterback is having a day, man, and right there he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing strikes. We haven't seen him miss very much like he did just there, but what a game this dude is having.
They're trying to get to it. This time he's got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job.
Touchdown, Razorbacks! And the stomping has commenced. They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does...
Got a lot of running room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Collins. He's got the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Clemson is quick to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. Snags it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Still down big here in the third quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer.
He's got it! Touchdown, Arkansas! And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that.
Clemson, 28.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He's going to pass. It's complete. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Off the play fake on first down. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They almost had another interception. Is everybody clear on who's wearing which colored jerseys? Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. He'll pull it down, and the ball's on the ground. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got room at the 35. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Clemson set up with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. A shot toward the end zone. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he's wrapped up after he...